remember we talked about the 8 Kitsap County voters who were in court trying to get Trump removed from the ballot, and a Kitsap County judge said, well, this isn't the right jurisdiction, so the case is still ongoing. It's going to go to Thurston County.
Actually, it's already been there, and the judge denied it.
Did that just happen today?
Yes.
Oh.
Just breaking news.
Breaking news. Oh, well, that's really going to disappoint Frankie Ithaca, who was one of the 8 Kitsap County voters who wanted Trump removed from the ballot, who, it turns out, shock of the century, is a middle school teacher in Port Orchard. God forbid. So after this hearing that happened in Kitsap County a few days ago, the media scrum is present, which is sort of disappointing because I'm like, you're just giving this teacher, this person who just hates Donald Trump and has TDS, just uncritical coverage. I mean, we're going to give her some attention here. It's not going to be the kind of attention that she wants. So anyway, she's a teacher, and she was asked how, what kind of lesson trying to get Trump off the ballot is supposed to teach her kids.
So being that you are an educator, what is the lesson in this that you could take back to your students?
One of the things in my classroom that I strive to do is to give power back to my students. I do my best to run my classroom in a democratic fashion. I let them write the rules of the classroom. I let them vote on everything that is possible to vote on. I want my students to know that they have a voice and that they have power. And if I can show them that they have a voice and that they have power when they are 9, 8, 10, 12 in a classroom, then they can go out and they can demand that of their government, and they can demand that from society. I have to live by what I teach in the classroom and how I run my classroom. And this was part of that.
So you want to teach these middle schoolers that they have a voice and they have power, and you want to do that by using your voice to take away the voice of other people, by removing from the ballot someone who they support because you personally don't think that they're qualified under your interpretation of the Constitution. I'm sure you're a constitutional expert and attorney. So your lesson for your kids is empowerment, giving them a voice by taking away other people's voice. It seems like a very poorly thought out lesson. Also, I mean, she's blatantly admitting that she wants to indoctrinate them to her ways at the age of 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. She's very, very proud of that and lets them run their own class as a quote unquote democracy. I love that that's how she's very proud of the democracy that is her classroom, yet she wants to trample on democracy for other people. Very odd. She talked also about why she's suing. In fact, it was a Fox News correspondent who asked her essentially what her message would be to Trump voters who feel like her actions are an effort to disenfranchise them.
What do you make of the results of Iowa and the fact that voters are still voting for him and you are, according to some people, taking away their vote?
You can't take away a vote from somebody when the vote is illegal under the rule of law. And if we are not a nation that adheres to the Constitution, then we have nothing to stand on. We have got to adhere to the Constitution. And the Constitution is clear, in plain text, that if you engage in an insurrection, you cannot be president, and you cannot run for president, and you cannot hold public office again.
Yeah, obviously the judge has disagreed with you. But I also love how she's pretending to care about the Constitution. Like I'm going to take, I'm going to take a very plain reading of the Constitution. Somebody should have turned around and asked her what her opinion is on the Second Amendment. Like, look, I technically agree with her statements about what she said. We have nothing as a country. I think I actually said it on the show yesterday if we don't have our constitutional rights. But I don't believe for 1 second that she actually values the Constitution. She's just trying to twist it to fit what she's doing. I would also note, as a teacher, I wonder if part of the lesson she's trying to teach her kids is that it's okay to bully and make fun of people who don't agree with you. I want to play for you this exchange where it was pointed out to her that people might just write Trump's name in.
I mean, if they want
What
to
if
write
everyone wrote him in?
Good luck spelling.
So what's the point of removing his name from the ballot?
Good luck spelling. So again, teacher, middle schoolers, says she's there to teach a lesson to her kids. Again, that people who don't agree with you are morons, that they can't spell Donald Trump. I would also note in this state, the way our rules are, it's your intention that matters. Not that I don't think people can spell Donald Trump, but even if you got it a little bit wrong, it would still count. So yeah, I mean, this is, and that's why I said in the show description today, she's exactly what I thought she'd be. Exactly what I thought she'd be. Entitled narcissist who is unhinged ideologically, who thinks that they are an absolute savior for the universe, to the universe and everyone around them. And that is what they're telling. That's what she's teaching kids. Middle school kids in Port Orchard.